This is Zach Crockford's cast blog for 2:05:10 on filming these Sturgis boys basketball games. Today they played Nantucket. It was a really, really great game. Nantucket usually has sports teams that are so much better than we are. So much better. Um, and I, I really think they did a good job today. They kept with them. They were beating them at halftime, and then they just lost by a few. So these guys have done a really good job. The first game I taped at the beginning of the season, that was Nantucket too, and they got crushed, absolutely annihilated. I think they got beaten by twice their score. So I just thought as I was watching this, I was thinking about how everyone always tells you when you're on a sports team, oh, you don't see it, but you guys have gotten so much better. I was thinking that because really looking from the outside in, this is the first high school sports team I've really been involved with watching, not playing on. And just looking in, it really was that way. And I think that sometimes, as a self reflection, that's something I have to realize that even if you don't see it because you're there every day, there is an immense amount of improvement in anything you do. And that leads right into my first learning outcome, which is learning outcome number two, or eight, which is developing a new skill. It's eight. And that skill for me was videotaping and learning to use this video camera with Miss Peterson. The first two games she helped me with. These second two, I've done it all by myself. And I've got to say, I've gotten a lot better. I can set it all up. I can change all the tapes out. I can rewind tapes. Uh, and I can do all that stuff, and I've gotten a lot better at camera angles and getting it all, and even doing a little zooming and focus for the last couple of days, and just all the buttons and gadgets. And I think that's a really valuable skill to be able to manipulate that sort of technology like that, even just a little bit, because I don't do that very well, and I feel that's something everyone should be able to do to a certain extent. Video camera. There are times when that might come in handy. Um, my other outcome is um, undertaking new challenges, and that's an outcome for this activity because standing on the sidelines like this, like I mentioned, is really something that's new to me on baseball and soccer. I like to be in it, and I really enjoy that. But I think this was really good for me to step back, to really become part of this whole school spirit thing. I think that stepping back, these last two games I've gotten really into. They were really good games. I was really rooting for the basketball team. I wanted them to come out on top, not just because they're my friends or because they're good guys, or just because I want them to beat the other team, but I really think that there's this cohesion, and that's really important in high school sports to an atmosphere. And what's so important about Sturgis is that atmosphere. We're not too jockey. We don't have great sports teams. There's not a football team who's revered, but we do have that mesh. We all know each other, and I know that's something that's trying to be replicated. And I think that this very small sports program where everybody plays, nobody gets cut. I think that turning out to support that and understanding that we're there to back those people up, and it's equally about the people who watch as it is about the people who play at Sturgis. I think that understanding that community for me was really a new challenge because it takes a lot more. I live a long way away, so I don't go to a lot of these games. I don't go to a lot of Sturgis things, and I really think that that's an important part of this high school experience for a lot of people, and it's part that I've sort of been missing. Um, and to step back, and it's a challenge to to not be playing, to be cheering. But I really got into it, and I think it's an important thing. And I'm glad. That's one of the main reasons I'm glad I did this cast activity because I got to be cheering these people on, which it's different for me. I'd much rather be playing, but I really think it's an important part of the atmosphere that we have in any high school, but especially at Sturgis because it's less about beating the other team as it is cheering on your classmates because oftentimes we're not so competitive. So this is Zach Crockford's cast blog on the last boys home game. I'll be writing my final reflection soon. Um, and I will submit my my basketball adult evaluation to Mrs. Peterson, and hopefully she'll fill that out, and we'll get this CAS project wrapped up.